Namaste to all my lovely listeners, and welcome back to the Coming Home to Yourself series. And today we are entering the episode 4, and we will be diving into something so real, finding peace when life feels chaotic around us. So, this is your space to relax, reflect, and take a pause with all your heart, home, and that quiet strength within you. So if you have felt the house is being very noisy lately, or you feel that your thoughts are all scattered, then this is the episode you would not want to miss, because I'm sure by the end of the episode you will have some concrete steps in mind that you will certainly want to take in order to create that kind of peacefulness amidst all this kind of chaos around you. Let me start the episode with the very essential acknowledgement that we all need to have in our mind, and that is to understand the chaos that is around us need not be visible, or it may not be loud. It can be some invisible weight that we carry around all day long. It can be the confusions that occur because of those 100 tiny decisions that we try to make. It is also possible that you feel that no matter how much I do, I am still left behind. I am not able to kind of achieve that perfection as a homemaker, because let's face the fact that we are dealing with a a situation wherein we are so much exposed to the kind of social media stuff that we see day in and day out, and we start feeling that in order to achieve peacefulness, it's very important that I need to achieve perfection. But today I'm here to tell you that peacefulness does not require perfection in any way. All it requires is your presence and your mindfulness. And believe me, once you understand that you are going to create that peacefulness, gaining perfection will not be a big deal for you. So, yes, let us try and decode today what it really takes to create that kind of peacefulness around us when really life feels chaotic. So let's start this video, and I will be sharing a few steps which I am doing personally, and I am really feeling that there is a difference in the way I take up things as a homemaker. So without any further ado, let's start this video. Yes, you read it right. Breathe before you begin. It's as simple as breathing. Whenever you take up any kind of chores, and whenever you have to do that kind of complicated to do list, and you know that you need to accomplish certain things as a homemaker, do not ignore this wonderful aspect, and that is to take out that maybe 30 seconds for yourself in order to have those deep breaths. It's as simple as inhaling the air with your nose and just exhaling the air with your mouth. And you need to practice this kind of breathing just before you start your chores. And believe me, maybe it's a 30-second or a 1 minute exercise. It's not some kind of luxury. It is just a kind of reset button that you're using in order to make yourself feel, the presence that you need to give into that particular task. That really kind of signals your nervous system that this is what I really want to accomplish, or it kind of soothes you from within. So as I said, breathing is something that we take it for granted forever, but when you actually give some importance to this kind of breathing exercise before you start anything, it can also be as simple as just replying to a mail. But believe me, when you actually take up this kind of small exercise, which hardly lasts for 30 seconds or a minute maybe, it will really make a whole lot of difference in the way you're going to take up the task. So please do not ignore this very essential point, and that is to take that kind of deep breath. Do that breathing exercise just before you take up any task. And not just about task, it can also be a chaotic situation that you're facing. Maybe it is something that you're not able to deal with. It can be anything which is creating a kind of chaos within you. Believe me, when you give that importance to the breathing, everything changes for you. because as I said, it sends a signal to the nervous system, and it is like your body is getting a signal before the action that you take. So you're more mindful, you're more intentional when you do this kind of taking the breath, taking those deep breaths before you take up anything in your hand, as a task, as a challenge, or anything that you want to deal with complete peacefulness. So do not ignore this. Try it out. Take up any small routine thing that you do on a daily basis, but make it something very peaceful and make it as a ritual, and treat it very sacred. Believe me, that will kind of bring in the peacefulness within you. It can be as simple as you're preparing your chai in the evening. So while you're doing that, take out that extra time to experience the entire process of making tea. It can also be, enjoying the warmth of the tea when you're drinking it, or maybe the spices that goes into the chai. You can just enhance your senses by uh, taking in the aroma and appreciating the entire process. That will really take you out of some kind of thought process that is going on behind the scene, which you are not really realizing, and maybe that is creating some kind of chaos. So yes, taking up such small things, the routine things that you do, but taking it up as a ritual, taking it up as something that you're doing in a very sacred way, will completely change the game for you within your own mind. I talked about chai. It can also be something as simple as watering the indoor plants that you have at home. So when you're watering the indoor plants, just give a thought into your into your own inner self, that just like the greenery, just like the leaves that are growing, I am going to grow with them spiritually, emotionally. These are the kind of conversations that you can have internally that will really create a kind of distinction between how you need to treat your thoughts so that they remain peaceful, and you just segregate them from the chaos around you. Yeah, these are something very small, but when you treat it as a ritual, when you make it feel so sacred, it will really create a difference in your own perception. Another thing can be the lighting of the candle at the sunset. Usually we light the candle at home. Don't just light the candle for the sake of scent or the perfume that it spreads. When you're lighting the candle, just tell one thing to yourself, that this is the most sacred thing I'm doing, and I'm making the entire space peaceful. So these are small things which we really ignore, but when we do this as a ritual, when we do it with the sacredness in our heart, and when we have the self conversations, it will really create a lot of difference in our thought process, and it will enhance the peacefulness within us. When you find yourself in the middle of something very chaotic, and you feel many things are going out of control, and many things are causing chaos within yourself, then usually the tendency is you want to take up everything at a time, and you want to kind of solve it. And even the brain works similarly. It will try and solve everything at a time. It wants a solution for everything at a time. It is at that time that you need to take a pause, and that is smartness, to tell yourself that no, I'm not going to take up everything. I am going to take it one at a time. So even if you take up one particular situation, try to solve it, and you're solving 1% of the entire chaotic bundle of problems that you have, believe me, it will give you the confidence to go to the next part of the chaos. But if you are trying to solve everything at a time, then it will literally add up to the misery of the situation. That is, it will not reduce the chaos within your mind or maybe around you, but it will just enhance it. So always keep in mind that it's not that you will just start up with everything and just solve everything at a time. It will not happen that way. Try and take a pause and solve everything one thing at a time. Like, even if you solve 1%, feel that you are victorious, because that kind of confidence will allow you to go to the next step. Now, let's be real. Let's face the fact that there are times when we can, lose control over our emotions because of the chaos around us and also within us. There are times that are emotionally, we are just scattered in our thoughts in a way that our emotions just go haywire, and we do have the tendency of shouting, yelling, whatever it may be, which can be unpleasant, but let's be real, it happens. But for that, you don't have to feel, that you're failing or you're not able to achieve the kind of perfection you want. Stop being harsh on yourself and just be real and face the fact that yes, it happens. At that moment, you just have to remind one thing to yourself, that peace is not a destination, it is a practice, it's a process. It doesn't just happen within a minute. Peacefulness is achieved by taking pause, by doing one thing at a time, and do not expect that solutions will just come up within a minute. It will not happen. You need to bifurcate, you need to analyze, you need to understand that everything needs to be done, kind of, you have to take one thing at a time. It cannot be done all of a sudden. So just keep these things in your mind. And again, I would want to repeat one vital thing that I have learned personally, that in order to achieve peace, you don't need perfection. You don't need to chase behind those Instagram posts that you see, or the reels wherein everything looks so perfect and you want to achieve that. While it's a good thing that you want to achieve such things, but do not be harsh on yourself by saying that I am not perfect and no, I cannot get peace. No, that is not the conclusion that you need to draw. You need to understand that peacefulness does not require perfection. Peacefulness requires your presence, your poise, and of course, your pause at times. So keep these things in mind, and I can assure you that it will change your perception about peacefulness, your perception about gaining the perfection at home. It will really change the game for you. So, I invite all you beautiful people to create space for that one peaceful moment in your life. And no, that's not for your family or for that Facebook or the Instagram post, but it is going to be for yourself. It can be as simple as just after you stop watching this podcast, you go and the way you make bed, or even for that matter, the way you are having your prayers just before sleeping, it can be as simple as those tiny tasks that you take up. It will really make a difference in how you treat it as a ritual or how wonderfully you make it sacred. Please remember that the perfection that you are looking for is something that is not related to the peacefulness that your soul craves for. Perfection is always welcome, it's always good in life, but do not chase perfection and do not lose that peacefulness in the process of chasing that perfection. That's all I have to say in today's podcast. I hope you liked today's episode, and if yes, then please share your valuable feedback in the comments below. I would love to know the kind of rituals that you do in a sacred way in order to create this peacefulness both within and around you. I would love to read your comments. That's all for today. Happy homemaking, everyone, and please don't forget to take a pause. Always have the attitude towards your homemaking in a way that you want to achieve peacefulness and not perfection. That's all about it. Thanks so much for watching today's podcast.